Hey, good morning. This is Joe from Citrus County Porch Life, bringing you the AA Word of the Day for February 15th, 2025. I actually wrote a check out for in January for 1995. I wiped out 30 years. And I don't know, I just wrote it, didn't even think of it, and they sent it back to me. And the word for today is taking action. Are these extravagant promises? They are being fulfilled among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They will always materialize if we work for them. And that is a great statement, and that comes from Alcoholics Anonymous, page 84. And here's the daily reflection commentary. One of the most important things AA has given me, in addition to freedom from booze, is the ability to take right action. It says, the promises will always materialize if I work for them. Fantasizing about them, debating them, preaching about them, and faking them just does not work. I'll remain a miserable, rationalizing dry drunk by taking action and working the 12 steps in all my affairs. I'll have a life beyond my wildest dreams. And this is very true. I did all that rationalizing, scheduling, Excel. Not well, they didn't have Excel then, but I did have spreadsheets, trying to figure out how to drink in safety and show that I was a productive citizen. And I was drinking, so I wasn't even sober, but it got nowhere. And I don't know how else to say it. It was an exercise in futility. But this quote, quite a few meetings read this, the promises. And I'll have to print it down, and maybe tomorrow I can read it. And this is one of the last statements. After you've read all the promises, they say, are these extravagant promises? And what happens? The speaker who is reading it says nothing, and everybody in the audience yells out, we think not. And I jumped in my seat when I first heard that. I still get the shakes. They are being fulfilled among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They will always materialize if we work for them. So that's something I really used to look forward to, reading of the promises. And some people have it memorized. When I was in Rhode Island, there was this guy in East Providence who, I don't know if he had a very easy time memorizing anything he could read, but he had quite a few of the readings that go on in every meeting. Yeah, I know the Serenity Prayer. I can recite that from memory. But I mean, I can almost get it when someone's saying it, all the promises. So, they make, I've talked about it before, the dry drunk, and I said I know that it was in the literature somewhere. I wasn't exactly sure. There's another one of my cheap mugs. Oh, you can't see it. It's like a little snowflake. I went up the thrift store. I got 10 DVDs and some other stuff. The DVDs ended up being 25 cents. They're normally $1, but they have a color-coded spinning wheel, and I got the color that was 75% off. And if you're a veteran, you pay nothing. It mentions dry drunk. What is a dry drunk? There are some people in AA who don't work the steps. But they know that coming together and talking about our problems helps us stop drinking. And that's all they're looking for. So they end up with the same problems that they had before they got in, before they stopped drinking. Because you're not growing spiritually, you're not doing the next right thing. All you're doing is stopping the alcohol. I put down abstinent. You are abstinent. That's what a dry drunk is. They're abstinent. But not advancing spiritually. And as they say many times, the important thing is to advance spiritually. That's what we want. That's what we strive for. To be better, a little progress, not perfection, a little bit better every day. And, taking spiritual inventory, seeing where we were wrong and promptly admitting it, developing a relationship with a higher power. And some people just don't get there. My uncle, David, had he had a hard time when he first came into AA with people not keeping meetings to themselves. And so he just approached AA. He didn't see anybody as spiritual, and he just approached AA as like a method, almost like Buddhism, a method of calming yourself, a method of slowing down your mind. They say you have a monkey mind and they slow it down. And I can't speak for him. I'm just saying he didn't do steps. He went to meetings but didn't do the other stuff. So your actions do affect people. That word got out at something that he said at a meeting, and it really broke him that people would say that it's anonymous, and it was very tough on him. And he was such a nice guy. I love my Uncle David. He was my mother's second youngest brother, and really a nice guy. So sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. And it really doesn't, they're being fulfilled among us, quickly, slowly. And that does not, I don't think that really depends on your level of spirituality, because I think it has more to do with the men's, which is tied into spirituality, but sometimes it takes an awful long time for some people to come around to trust you again. And, especially parents that have abandoned their children, to keep on drinking, and then think that, I stopped drinking, I'm going to have a great relationship for them. They may take time. They've been hurt. And then other things very quickly. Some people can see you're trying, you're doing the right thing, and they make a turnaround in their mind and begin to support you. So, but if you don't get the spiritual aspect of it, you'll be a dry drunk. Probably feeling rotten all the time, but not drinking. So have a safe and sober Saturday. I'm trying to think of what I'm doing Saturday. Probably nothing. I've been helping a friend who has some cardiac issues and really can't be alone because of some procedures they did. So kind of half taking care of him. Can't do anything for 2 weeks. But it's company and I enjoy it. So, okay. We're past the midpoint of February. We're going downhill to the 28th. 13 more days. And then it'll be March, and March brings spring. I sat out here this morning. I could see the birds fighting, attacking each other. One would get on the ground and the other would dive bomb it. So I don't know if it's mating season for them. I'm just thinking that maybe it is, because they don't normally fight like that. Very aggressive, territorial fighting, and it gets my cat going too. When he sees it, boom, he wants to be right there. So, for the third time, have a safe and sober day. See you tomorrow.